What's up, y'all? What's good? Welcome to the What Up Doe Show. It's your boy Dame D, and I am back with another one. Tonight we're gonna be watching Saturday night's fight. We got the main event getting ready to start. You got Sebastian Fundora versus Keith Thurman live from Las Vegas championship fight tonight. Got a few guests that's gonna be joining me during tonight's fight. Let me turn this down a little bit, but this should be a really, really good fight. Uh, um, I don't know if you guys are boxing fans, but over here on the What Up Doe Show, we watch a lot of fights. We are boxing fans, and this is going to be a really good fight tonight. You have a mismatch in size. Sebastian Fundora, I believe, is like 6'6" versus Keith Thurman, who may be maybe 6 foot, if that. So it's going to be an interesting fight. A really good fight. So this is the main event coming up. We are live on YouTube, live on Facebook, live on Instagram. So I need for you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Pretty good fight tonight. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. I can't show the fight. I wish I could. But here's the main event. You guys will be able to hear the audio. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Boxing champions see on the prime pay-per-view media of the evening, brought to you by Samson Boxing and EG Promotions, sponsored by French Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Now this round is sanctioned by the president. Along with the Nevada State Athletic Commission, the chairman is Dallas Hahn, executive director Jeff Mullen. Side, we have Tim Cheatham, DeLuca, and Steve Weisfeld, and our third man in the ring, the referee in charge, Thomas Taylor. All right, here we go with the main event of the evening. Rounds of boxing for the WBC Super Welterweight Championship of the World. Now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live. GM Grand Garden Arena in Los. What up, though? We're live, full fight commentary, main event getting ready to start. Sebastian Fundora versus Keith Thurman. I can't show the fight tonight, but I will do my best to make sure I do a great job at commentating round for round. Okay, so Keith Thurman is only 5'8". I said 5'9", maybe. 37 years of age, a little bit up in age. 5'8" and a half. His weight is 152. And he's the challenger. He's challenging Sebastian for Fundora. And I want to say what up, though, to everybody. I need for you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share. We're getting ready to have a pretty good fight tonight. You have Sebastian Fundora versus Keith Thurman tonight. I can't show the fight, but I'll do my best at commentating and giving you guys a full commentary fight tonight. Sebastian Fundora is 23-1, 15 knockouts, 20 years of age, 6'5", 153 pounds, versus a 5'8" Keith Thurman. So it's almost maybe 6 inches in height. Keith Thurman is promising a knockout tonight. So let me make sure everybody can hear me. The referee in charge, Thomas Taylor, now the instruction. The referee in charge, Thomas Taylor. Okay, so I can be heard. I just want to make sure everybody can hear me. Here we go. So the referees spoke to both fighters, sent each fighter back to the corner, and we're getting ready to start. Here we go, the main event. Fundora should be able to work that jab at 6'5", fighting a 5'8" smaller Keith Thurman. He should be able to pop that jab and keep a distance and work that jab. Fundora is. I actually didn't realize he was a left hand. Wow. Ooh. And that was a good jab. Keith Thurman said he's going for the knockout. So I'll try to let you guys hear a lot of the commentating, meaning that I can't show the fight due to copyright issues. But it's Fundora is towering over Keith Thurman. It's a mismatch in size. But it's not about the height, it's about the punch. And it's been shown that for Fundora, he doesn't have a solid chin. He's susceptible of going down with a good punch. Put it that way. And what Keith Thurman really have to do, he has to keep this fight up close. He cannot stay on the outside of that jab and that left hand. He have to keep the fight close, work that body, and make them R's come down. But if you guys are fight fans, give me your thoughts, give me your opinion on tonight's fight. I got a few people. I got BJ3, my bad, BJ3. BJ3, what up, though?
What up, though?
Nothing much. Just my bad. I didn't see you in there. Just talking about this first round. Are you able to see the fight? Did you work out your technical difficulties?
There we go. I got shoot. Hold on. Let me throw my Detroit hat on. Hold on.
And we got a few people watching. I need to make sure you hitting that subscribe button. Make sure you liking it and you share. It's definitely going to be a great fight. It's tonight's main event. Like I said, Fundora versus Thurman. Thurman may be undersized by 6 to 8 inches by Fundora, so it's a mismatch in size. But it's not about the size, it's about can that chin take that punch? Keith Thurman is just promising a knockout.
Fundora is 6'6".
6'6". So pretty much that's that's a 6-inch. Well, an 8-inch. Was that 6 or 8? Because I think Thurman is 5'8". So you said he's 6'6"?
That's 10 inches. He got Thurman is 5'8".
Like
5'8".
Right.
And he's 6'6". So
okay,
it's 10 inches.
Right.
But here's the thing. Fundora's chin ain't suspect. He got the one loss by knockout. He done took some shots though.
We watched a few of his fights today at the shot where I was getting cut up, man. His chin, to me, in my opinion, I'm not going to say he can't take a punch, but
he only got one loss.
Yeah, he got one loss, but he has a couple of fights where he's went down. In that first loss, and then it was another fight where he went down, but he ended up coming back winning that fight. It was a good fight.
That's right.
But to me, if Keith Thurman stay close and does not stay on the outside of that jab and that left hand, he should be able to he should be able to make this fight close and maybe able to get the knockout.
I don't know. Look, so normally Fundora, he don't mind mixing it up on the inside or the outside, but after he got stopped, he changed his game plan. They talked him into doing more jabs. When he switched over to more jabs, that's if you watch that second Zoo fight, not Costa but Tim. If you watch that second Zoo fight, man, he made him quit because he couldn't do nothing with him.
Okay,
just that simple. If he do the boxing, if he stick to boxing, Keith don't have a chance.
No, I agree. With the jab and the height, Keith Thurman shouldn't have a chance. He should be able to keep Keith Thurman, at distance, with that right hand jab and bring that left, and come back with them hooks. But and to counter that, Keith Thurman have to keep this fight. He has to stay close to stay away from that left hand, and that jab. Because one of the fights that we watched earlier, if you stay in close, he's not able to throw those punches with a lot of force. Wow, that should have been a drop right there.
You talking about Fundora?
Fundora, yes. If you stay in close,
Hey,
he's not able
Fundora
to
is a
extend
monster
all the
on the
punches
inside.
to his
Fundora's a
full
monster. He's
power
a
and extent,
beast.
I should say.
Hey, Fundora's a beast on the inside too. He's a
No, I'm
beast
not
on the
saying he's
inside
not.
too.
He throws great body shots, but meaning that if you can keep it close and stay up close on him, he's not
You
going
got
to
a
get all
chance.
the full extent of his power coming off of that jab and that right hand.
Yeah, I say that. But his hooks and his uppercuts up close, man, he been doing that his whole career. He just now recently went to boxing, so
Right.
he made his lunch money by fighting on the inside too. So I'm just saying he can go there too. But
See,
of
and what
course,
Thurman has to do,
if
man, because sometimes Fundora, he'll throw out those lazy left and right hands. Keith
just
Thurman
to
has
be
to be ready
honest,
to counter.
yeah,
See, because just look at some of those jabs and them left hands that he's throwing, he's not snapping though, and that'll allow Thurman to be able to counter,
he just
back to the head
sizing
or
him
to the
up,
body.
sizing him up. They're just
Yeah.
keeping him back there, keeping him at bay. Yeah,
See,
look,
but right now Thurman is fighting Fundora's fight by staying on the outside of that jab, and he's actually going circling the wrong way into that left hand. He needs to go the other way. You know what I mean?
yeah. It's easier said than done. That boy
Yeah.
jab is
No, it's
ooh,
dangerous. If you 6'6", 6'8",
ooh.
your jab it should be the best thing you got going. Besides your power hand.
Yeah, the he it's round two. It's still early.
Yeah, it's still early. Thurman is trying to figure out how he's going to be
How to
able
get in there.
to penetrate. Being able to get into them long arms. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
anything that Thurman throws is going to be a looping, pretty much wild shot. Meaning that Fundora is so tall. You know what I mean, BJ3?
Yeah. I mean, that's what he's been practicing.
This is round two. I'll give both of these rounds to Fundora so far.
Yeah.
Because it
easy work
almost
so
looked
far.
like he put Thurman on his ass in that round right there.
Buka? Ooh.
So BJ3,
Yeah.
it sounds like you may be a little bit behind us. I'm already getting ready to go into round three. We're in the corner.
Yeah, me too. I was just watching the replays.
Highlights. Okay. So yeah, you may be a little bit ahead of me. Yeah, it looked like so he
just
didn't
started.
go down. He almost went down. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm the ref is standing between them. Ding. I'm at the top of the third round.
Okay, so you a little ahead of me, BJ3. So I'll let you lead the way with a little bit of commentating, and I'll just go off for you. But we have a few people here watching. I need for you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share. We have a great fight going on. You have Sebastian Fundora versus Keith Thurman for the WBC Super Welterweight Championship fight tonight. But go ahead, BJ3. Give us your commentary.
All right, so Thurman is he's using his footwork. He's moving side to side, but constantly moving. And Fundora is on the hunt. He's throwing that jab, keeping that jab on him. Thurman is going left, going right, back forth, ducking, moving. But Fundora, he's still on him. And it's rare, but Thurman he tried to get a couple shots in when he get in close, but it's rare.
But what I don't understand, BJ3, why is Thurman not trying to make this fight up close? He's staying within striking range of Fundora, so pretty much he's staying in. He's fighting the fight of Fundora. He has to make this fight close, like right now.
Well, it's only round 3, and he's trying. That's what I'm gonna say. When you got somebody with a jab like that, and that right and that left hand, well, like you said, he has southpaw. So if you get too wild, he gonna hit you. And you got to think too. Thurman tasted some power already, like we just saw. He already done been buckled in round 2, so he's not about to just keep running up in there. You like, oh, why he ain't getting in there? Cause the jab keeping him back in that left hand. When he throw that left hand, bam.
And I understand what Thurman's trying to do. He's trying to hit and run, trying to stay a little bit busy, but for the most part, he needs to go the other way because he's circling to that left hand, but for the most part, he's doing the best that he can do, meaning that he's, I'm not going to say outmatched, but with that reach that Fundora has, it's almost, nothing that Thurman can do, BJ3.
No, that's what I was saying. My wife think that Thurman gonna eventually catch him. It's only round 3, but
I'm going with your wife, man. I'm thinking Thurman is going to get the knockout. Don't get me wrong, I like Fundora, but like I said today at the barbershop, we watched a few fights, man, and his chin, he doesn't have a chin to me,
he act like he be getting knocked down all the time.
I'm not saying that, but that chin, man, listen, if you got a chin, listen, if you get hit on that button and you get knocked down,
that's
man.
Anybody.
That's anybody, but most champions will not go down that easy how Fundora goes down, and you can kind of probably test after this fight. I think Keith Thurman is going to test that chin during this fight, and you will see what I mean, BJ3. But go ahead, I'll let you continue with the lead, meaning that you're ahead of me.
Well, mine actually, I'm having some internet issues. My box didn't turn red on me. But
okay,
we'll see. And one of us is gonna see. If you see him take a couple shots, then maybe your thought opinion will change. I've seen Fundora in there in some dog fights. His first fight with Zoo, he was taking some shots, and then the headbutt. I had Zoo winning, and then the headbutt popped off, and then he jumped on him. But or the cut, I should say, the cut. But hey, Fundora, to me, he could take some shots. The fight that he lost, he got knocked out in. That was a dog fight.
Now put it this way. This is my opinion. I'm not disagreeing with nothing you're saying, BJ3, because he's a good young fighter. I agree. But if he gets in there with a fighter that's not going to back up, that's going to take it to him, he's suspect to get knocked out. Right now, when you're the aggressive and you have a fighter like Thurman, pretty much running, he's going to look like, he's that guy, but I think if he get in there with a fighter who's not scared of that reach and that's just going to stand there in the middle of this round, I don't think his chin is going to hold up, BJ3. I think if Thurman was to stand there in that middle of the round and go blow to blow, it'll be a different fight. And that's the fight that Thurman needs to take. He can't continue standing on the outside of that jab and waiting on that left hand to land. He got to make it close.
100%.
Because right now Thurman's only picking and choosing when he's throwing his shots. Right now he'll throw a looping shot here and there, but for the most part, it's Fundora who's the aggressor. He's throwing the most shots. Not meaning that he's landing that many over Thurman, but it's far and few when Thurman is landing the punch. So pretty much he has his track shoes on tonight.
Yeah, that jab, man.
And that's what it is. And that's why I say Thurman has to make this fight close. Like how he just got clipped now, standing on the outside of that motherfucking jab. If he was to come closer, a lot of those jabs and left hands would not be there. Ooh. And he's going. Why is his BJ3? Why isn't his corner tell him he got to go to the fucking his left? He keep going to the right.
Yeah,
and that's going right to that left hand.
Yeah, he gonna walk right into something.
He gonna get hit. He gonna walk dead into that left hand.
Right to that hook.
See, and the only thing Keith Thurman is doing, man, he's depending on one shot, and that's it.
That's it. He's just trying to touch him.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And pretty much Keith Thurman is thinking what I'm thinking. If I touch him on that chin, he's going down because so far, that chin is suspect.
All right, you say suspect.
He's been down a few times.
Yeah.
And Keith Thurman, and it's a big age difference too, which I'm not, taking nothing away from the age because you have a lot of older fighters that can get in there, and put in work, but put a young bull in there with him, I trust me.
Like who you want to see him with?
I
I think
mean, in that
anybody that
division,
he
I would have
fight,
to actually just look and see what fighters he has in that division. But for the most part, man,
154.
Thurman is
Woo.
outmatched. With the age, with the jab and everything.
All right, so let me ask you this. D. He's at 154. So do you think Charlo, the one that fought Canelo, that's
Man,
his weight?
Charlo will run through him. Probably first round.
Okay, so you don't have no type of love for Fundora. I think
I know he's a good fighter, man, but I saw some of the fights where he went down. I'm like, okay, he's a good fighter, but he really doesn't have a solid chin. And you have those type of fighters, man, that's out there. He's one of those type of fighters where if you hit him on the button, he's going to go down. We got a few comments in there. Don't come in here with that bullshit tonight like you was in here on that bullshit, that racist shit last night. Now we in here watching some fights, trying to have a good time.
If somebody on some bull, just block
Yeah,
them.
you hear this motherfucker talking about
did you see that shot?
Wrong, coming in with racist names and comments. Don't start that shit. I will block you and take you out tonight. If you're a fight fan, come on in here and watch the fight. We're not on no bullshit. Let me look at you personally. Don't come in here on no racist shit. We was on that last night. If you couldn't handle it last night, don't come back in here with that bullshit. You see what I'm saying? Now you about to get blocked.
Yeah, we ain't got time. I ain't even looking at the chat, but yeah, you see Thurman hit him. He ain't going nowhere. You must
now
have
you in
highlights
timeout.
where he got
you want to
knocked
be
down
ignorant.
instead of highlights where he.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button too.
Yeah, Fundora gonna make you a fan tonight.
I mean, I'm a fan of his, BJ3. I'm not saying that I'm not a fan of his. I like him. I like his style of fight. But he does it to me. But go ahead, BJ3. You may be a little bit.
He gonna stop your boy. You gonna have to give him some respect by the time this fight.
No, I give him respect. I'm not disrespecting him. To me, Keith Thurman is fighting this fight, man, by staying on the outside of that jab and left hand. So Keith Thurman is bringing this fight to himself.
He's about to stop Thurman. He's about to stop him. I told you, man, that boy. I've been watching him for years, and I always said he just got hit with a right hand. Did you see that? Right.
A little bit
behind
you.
Nowhere.
But BJ3, I agree with you, man. He should be dominating that 6-8 with a jab and a left hand like that. He already has the advantage by being a softball.
He's call him 7 foot. He taking them rights is all I'm saying, and he still beat on that boy. He eating them shots and he keep coming. The difference is he's sticking with the boxing versus going to the brawler. Normally he'll go to the brawler.
No, he's doing a good job. He's doing what he needs to do as a champion. He's putting that pressure on Thurman. Thurman can't really handle it. But what all I was saying to you, BJ3, is that and the same thing Thurman said, he was going to put that pressure, and knock him out, because at previous fights it's shown to that Fundora can't really take too many solid punches. He will go down, after a good punch. Not saying that he's not a good fighter. That don't get that beat. I don't want you to think that, BJ3, is what I'm saying. I know he can. I know he's a great fighter.
Oh!
He moved.
Okay, give us the live commentary, BJ3. You a little bit ahead of Okay, Keith Thurman. Okay, here we go. Keith Thurman is still swinging. Fundora is bringing that heat on him. What round is this, BJ3? Is this round 5?
I don't know, but Keith Thurman looked the worst I've ever seen him look in my life.
Yeah, he looks horrible. He's going to have to regroup if he make it through this round. It's almost to the point, man, where he can't even get a punch out because the height distance. So really he got to go to the body, man, and make this and change this fight around. It's really a big mismatch.
This same thing is they're going on the phone.
This side, but is it?
These are the same thing.
Oh, no, they don't have the same way.
You know, but I need for you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share. It's a really good fight. Fundora versus Keith Thurman. You got the WBC Super Welterweight Championship on the line tonight. You know, the comment section is open. It's been a great fight thus far tonight. Fundora has been bringing it to Thurman.
I want to plug this in the wall. You put that into my box, it'll plug in. I'm not trying to plug nothing into the wall. Okay, they about to stop it. The ref is in. The doctor is in the corner. The doctor had to check him out. That's how. That's how
I'm having a little buffer and issues right now.
Yeah, the doctor just cleared him. They had to stop the fight. Let the doctor check him out. Yeah, he gonna stop Thurman, dog.
Yeah,
and he didn't took plenty of rights. He didn't. Thurman didn't landed that right. That and another one. It ain't. The boy Chin is. Yes, like anybody else, if he take 10 shots, power right hands, yeah, he may go down and get back up. But he delivering them too. So before he used to mix it up, and man, he beating the hell out of Thurman. Before he used to mix it up, what the hell
is going on? I'm just buffering,
man, he beating the hell out of that boy. That's what's going on. Jab, right hands. Left hand. Oh, jab. He chasing Thurman all over the place. And like
what up, though, Londale Bright? You watching the fight?
Oh.
What up, I want to say what up, though, to everybody over on Facebook.
You missed the first half of us.
What up, though, Ben? Just want to say what up to everybody. Hopefully everybody is enjoying the fight. Having a good Saturday night.
Ooh. Thurman is folded up. Thurman got his guards up. He moving. The ref stopped the fight. They stopped it. They stopped it. He's like, ain't nothing he can do with you, dog. He gonna knock you out.
He wasn't wobbling.
Yeah, see, you a few seconds ahead of me.
He is beat up, dog. Oh my gosh. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh my gosh. Dang.
See, and this is what Keith Thurman went wrong, BJ3. He's literally fighting the fight for Fundora, staying on the outside of that jab and left hand. You know, he did this shit to himself.
Yeah,
he got him bloody. Oh, yeah, it's a wrap.
Oh, he beating
him like he stole something from him. Beating the brakes off of him. What's up, though? 8 Mile 313. What's good, man? You watching this fight?
I didn't know it was gonna be like this, though. I ain't never seen Thurman get beat up like this.
But you understand what I'm saying, BJ3? He's standing on the outside of that jab and that left hand, man. He fighting the fight for Fundora himself.
Yeah, now you do.
Now I do. It's a big, tall, linky motherfucker. Big, tall, and it looks like his punch is doing some damage a little bit.
Man, he punched hard. So yeah. Fundora, I like it.
What weight of class is this?
Okay, so yeah, the ref just stopped my end. So yeah, you know, the ref just stopped the fight. It's over with. Fundora has retained his title, the Super Welterweight Championship of the world. Keith Thurman, man, look, at the end of the day, he did not fight the fight that he should have fought. He stayed on the outside of that jab, left hand, and that jabbing that left hand was too much for Thurman tonight. BJ3, give me your thoughts, give me your opinion on tonight's fight.
Okay, that's all I did here.
Okay.
Because that's I mean, goddamn.
Yeah, he beat the brakes off of him tonight. You know, it was a good fight, man. You know, that's all you can ask for. It's a good, it's a good fight. You know, I thought Thurman was going to be able to do a little bit more better than what he did tonight, but just showed what a good jab and a good left hand do. You know, and what that reach would do. You know, he used his reach to his advantage, BJ3, and that's what it was tonight.
I don't see him get the ring no more after that, man. Because I ain't never seen my boy get whooped like that.
Yeah, man.
That's painful. Well, I mean, most of this nigga looks like he's young still too.
Oh, he young. Fundora's a baby.
Is he?
He not 30 years old.
Yeah, I think he's like 27, something like that. Londale Bright said, nope, I didn't get a chance to order the fight, bro. Thanks for the commentary. Hey, man, I try to do my best. I wish I could have sold the fight. He beat the brakes off of Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman did a horrible job. He was in there fighting a motherfucker damn near 7 foot. Keith Thurman was only 5'8". He stayed on outside of that
The
jab
doctor.
and was just getting hit
Thurman left the
all
ring.
night long with that right and left hand. You know,
Thurman
so
left the
pretty
ring.
much,
He's
man,
going to the hospital.
Keith Thurman had
going
his
to the
track
hospital.
shoes on and ran track and ran out of gas.
He should have fought Bud when he had a chance.
Yeah. Yep. So pretty much it's over with. The ref stopped the fight. Understandable. Fundora was beating the brakes off of Keith Thurman, and the fight was stopped. You know. But BJ3, give me your last thoughts. Give me your opinion on what you saw tonight's fight. What do you see next for Fundora coming up next, BJ3?
I think that Fundora, everybody, Big Hen said it. He said that he shouldn't be at this weight class. I say, look, he can make the weight. So he's 6'6", so any weight, unless he had heavyweight, which he's a mile away.
Earl Spence may be licking his chops looking at this fight.
Man, you think EJ can do something with him? He'll stop
Yes.
EJ.
Yes.
Okay, put 100 on it. Put 100 on it.
I put 200 on it. We can put 200 on that. 200. I think he's gonna be licking his chops. We can put 200 on that one. So I'll definitely put 200 on that
fighters,
one.
and they may give it to Earl.
So and I want you guys to give me your opinion. What do you think? What do you think's next for Fundora? It's a lot of options out there for him.
A whole lot. 154 is loaded.
Yeah, it's a lot.
154 is loaded, and ain't nobody gonna be able to
your
do
boy may even come out of retire and move back down to 54.
Nah, he ain't doing that. Bud got in the ring with him and said, "I'm next." Yeah. And then Earl got in the ring and said, "I want to fight him too."
See, and I thought that's what Earl was going to fight, but yeah, I'm willing to bet
Earl
300 on that fight. All it takes is a good, solid fighter, man, that's going to stand there and land some shots. That boy going down.
Nah, Earl ran from Bud's rematch. He had just said that he didn't want the rematch, and then a week later, Earl was in the ring with Fundora.
Is that Cameron in the ring?
Say what?
Is that Cameron?
Cam is in the mix. He commentating everything now.
I see you right there in the ring. No, but it was a good fight, man. Listen, I'm a fan of Fundora. I'm just a realist of his chin, man. And I watched a few of his main fights, and to me, I'm not gonna say he can't take a shot. But he has been hit on the button. Okay, no, that wasn't. I thought that was Cameron. That wasn't. But
no, that is Cameron.
Down a few
Cameron's
times.
in the ring.
Yeah,
Cameron is in the ring. You look
okay,
at
I thought I saw him. I thought I saw him. Yeah, but no, man, this was a good fight. A good action-packed fight. A good fight card. Yeah, I thought that was Cameron right there. But man, it was a really good fight. Fundora did his thing tonight, so what's next for him? So what do you think's next, BJ? Who do you think he should be? Who do you think is going to be calling? Okay, that is Cameron right there. Okay,
that's Cam. Yeah.
I
say he's a title holder, so he need to be fighting the other belt holders in that weight class.
I think Earl Spence will be. I think that would be a great fight.
Why? Earl don't have no belt.
I mean, he's a proven fighter. What more than to prove yourself than to fight a fighter like Spence?
He didn't want that rematch with Bud. That's the only thing he proved to me. He didn't want that rematch with Bud. That's the only thing.
Okay, well, who else in 54 would you match him up with?
3-4 years. He don't want that smoke. He trusts me.
I think that would be a perfect fight for because remember, your boy Earl said when he come back, he want a title fight. That would be a perfect fight.
Yeah, perfect fight for Fundora.
Well, hey, listen, we got the money on that one. It's already a bet. But look, man, it definitely was a great fight. I want to thank you for coming on. Give me your last thoughts, BJ3, on tonight's fight. And where you see Fundora going. And let everybody know where they can reach you.
Hey, man, I think that again, I've been watching Fundora for years, and I always said he's too tall to be mixing it up on the inside because he's a warrior and he liked to fight on the inside. And once he got clipped, his team convinced him to box, and that's been the best thing. Nobody at 154 is going to be able to do nothing with him. Only person, you said a young bull. The only person that I think that may get in there and do some roughhousing is Virgil Ortiz. That boy,
Okay.
he put paws on people, and that fight would be worth seeing. Anybody else, Charlo, even as much as I like Boots, I don't see Boots being able to do nothing with this boy.
I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. Any of the both of those fighters that you just named, I think will put him on his ass and stop him. You know, not taking nothing away from Fundora, man. In my opinion, he does not have the chin to be able to take shots from top contenders like the two guys that you just named. You know, Keith Thurman, man, he's past his prime. You know, let's just be honest. You know, Fundora should have did what he did against Thurman. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, so I'm just going to be honest. But any of the two fighters that you just named, it would be a totally different fight. You know, and you know, in my opinion, you know, I thought Thurman would have had a chance, you know, because Thurman has a pretty good right hand, you know, but he just did not fight the fight that he needed to fight tonight. He stayed on the outside of that jab, and Fundora was able to work that right hand and them hooks, you know, and the ref had to stop the fight. You know, and that's what it was, you know, but you know, but at the end of the day, man, this is what we want to see. You know, he's a champion. He did what he had to do, you know, and I like seeing that. You know, he's a champion, you know, so I was with Fundora, you know, but I just thought that Thurman would make this fight a little bit closer, BJ3. That's all I meant, my dog.
I hear you, man.
You know, a champion is the champion. You know, champion, you know, until you put him on his ass and beat his ass, he's gonna be that champ. You know, Thurman, you know, I thought he was gonna be able to do that tonight, you know, but Fundora proved us wrong, you know. And he had a great fight. It was a good fight against a good, you know, solid fighter in Thurman. You know, even though he's past his prime, he still was this was still good competition in front of him. You know, taking nothing away from Sebastian Fundora. He's a great fighter.
Yeah, that boy's a monster, man. I don't see nobody messing with him.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, man. He kind of remind me of a young Benavidez, you know, with the height and with the jab, but just, you know, with a little bit more to grow.
Yeah,
you know, and develop. You know, he can be that type of fighter.
If he mastered his boxing.
Yeah, once he masters his boxing, he'll be on that level, you know. But at the same time, man, that chin to me is suspect, you know. So
he took about 4 or 5 mean right hands this fight. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Thurman we know Thurman one time he hit you back in the day.
You would go down, you know. But like I said, man, Thurman was kind of past his prime, you know. Even though it still was a good fight, I take nothing away from, you know, Fundora tonight. He did what he had to do as a champion. He went out there and won the fight, you know, and got to stop at that.
Hey man,
at Daniel I-74 said, "Do you watch UFC?" I'll be honest, I do not, but you know, every time I get a chance, I will glance at it and watch it. You know, are you a UFC fighter?
Tonight, but no.
Yeah, you know, I know some UFC fights tonight that I may go and check out. I do like, you know what? I'll take that back. I watch it every time I get a chance. I like, what's his name? It'll come to me in a second, but he's a great UFC fighter. Okay, so who's your favorite UFC fighter that you like? And I can't believe I can't think of his name. A lot of people call him him a dirty fighter, but his technique and his skills is, you know, is can't be matched, you know, in UFC. I think it's John or something like that. I can't think of his name, but he's an excellent fighter.
Maybe a body.
You know, you got to be a tough fighter, man, to be in the UFC. I give those UFC fighters a lot of respect, you know, to be able to take knee shots to the chin, to the head, and things like that. You know what I mean? You have to be, you know, well in shape fighter to do that. You know, because I'm an ex-fighter, and I definitely would not want, you know, a knee to the head or a knee to the chin. You know what I mean? Man. You know, so that's straight out warrior style fighting. You know, you have to be a warrior to be in that sport. You know what I mean? You know, a lot of fighters could not go. You know, professional boxers could not go in the UFC. You know, and vice versa too. You know, but a lot of professional fighters could not go in there and handle, you know, the skills of those UFC fighters. I give those guys a lot of credit. John Jones. That's what that. Yep, John Jones. That's what I was talking about. That's one of my
John
favorite
Jones,
fighters.
yeah.
I knew he was gonna name him, but yeah, you know, a lot of people
What's the
call
dude
him a
that fighting
dirty
tonight? I
fighter.
think he like Nigerian. I like him too. That boy can fight, but I think he lost
Yeah,
to John Jones, but he went up
yeah.
in weight. I
So,
like his
are
style.
those fights tonight? Daniel
Yeah,
74?
I
Because I know
seen
we
some.
had some UFC fights coming on tonight. You know, if you are not a subscriber to the channel, please hit that subscription to help your boy channel out. You know, we are coming up to a lot of our goals that we've been hitting. So we just need for you guys to continue to help the channel grow by hitting that subscribe button, by sharing, and by liking.
Send help should be here, plus the unreleased other thing I never.
Demetrius Johnson is okay. We read that already, but yeah, man, John Jones is an excellent, one of my top UFC fighters. You know, so every time I get a chance, I will watch the fight. But BJ3, let everybody know what you got going on, man, and where they can reach you.
Hey, man, you know, I'm out here just trying to get the word out, show people how to be a blessing to their family and for this generation, next generation, and generation after. You know, I help people build generational wealth. They can hit me on the celly, text me, call me, 773-398-5658. Appreciate the plug.
Okay, make sure you guys get with BJ3. He's not also a financial planner. You know, he's definitely can get you involved in a right way you need to go, far as life insurance. You know, if you don't have a policy on you, you know, and that's a lot of mistakes that, you know, a lot of us, you know, we think we're going to live forever. You know, so you got to make sure that you're having some type of coverage for your loved ones, for your family, for your wife. You know what I mean? We don't want to continue having GoFundMes for raising money for funerals. So make sure that you do the right thing. And even if it's not with BJ3, you know, go put some life insurance on yourself. You know, 100%. Therefore, when you leave this earth, your family won't have to depend on GoFundMes, and therefore you'll leave a little bit for your family and loved ones, you know, to take care of, you know, things that they need to take care of for you once you leave here on this earth. So, you know, do the right things, get life insurance on yourself so you won't be out here, you know, out here bold and raw. You know what I mean? So look, BJ3, if you don't have anything else to add, man, it's been another one. You know, this is what Saturday night fights are about. You know, hopefully this summer we're going to have some great fights, BJ3. You know, name some good upcoming fights that we should look forward to this spring and this summer. You know, before we close
you
out.
know, I could throw some names out there, but they got to sign contracts. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking for some Boots and Virgil. They got some litigation stuff going on. Then you got Shakur and Tank.
And Tank, that's what's going on with that. You know, I still
what's up with Tank? That's
on the rematch for Tank and your boy. We was watching Roach. That at the fight. Yeah, and Roach.
He not gonna rematch Roach.
Yeah,
he gonna move on.
Yeah,
why he ain't fighting Shakur, I don't know. And then you got Haney and Ryan. If Ryan are off them PEDs, I want to see what that look like.
Yeah, now a lot of people want to see that fight, including me. That would be another great fight to see this summer, you know. But like you said, Ryan got to get off the PEDs, man.
Yeah. And then Keyshawn Davis, he talking a lot, but he's excited when you get in the ring. Abdullah Mason, you know, I like any fight he's in. I want to see that boy can fight.
Yeah, those are two great fighters, two up and coming fighters that's going to lead the way. Abdullah Mason and the other guy that you just named off, Keyshawn. You know, are going to be, you know, leading a lot of these, you know, fight cards in the near future, I should say. You know, but look, man, I don't have anything else to add. It was a great show tonight. Sebastian Fundora was able to retain his title tonight against Keith Thurman. I want to thank you again, BJ3, for coming on the show, giving your thoughts, giving your opinion to everybody. And I want to thank everybody in the comment section who made comments during the fight. It's been another one. It's your boy, Dame D, and I am out. Peace.